Here we go. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is put these in order from least to greatest. So 6, nope, nope, nope. 5.5 is first. Six, six, shh. That look correct to you guys? Okay. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with this, the 5 number summary. This will help me make the box plot, that I'm going to put on my histogram over here. So the min is 5.5. Max is 13. How many numbers are there? 11. Beautiful. Okay, so that means that we have 2 groups of 5 with a 7 between. So that 7 will be the median. Taking out the median, that leaves me with a group of 5 here. So the third number in will be quartile 1. And the third number in here will be quartile 3. Oh, hold on. Actually, a parent gave me those for on PPP. I know. Okay, you guys, so what I did next was I labeled my axis here. Shh. And I have a question. When I do a histogram, what is the y-axis label? Frequency. Great job. Did anyone think to themselves that was here on Tuesday, Mrs. Talbot, you forgot to label your axes on the histogram we did on this paper? It's true, I did, but I went back and fixed it. Okay, you guys, so how many numbers are in the 5s? 1. And how many numbers are in the 6s? 4. And 1 in the 7s. 3 in the 8s. Nothing in the 9s. 1 in the 10s. 1 in the 13th. Okay, and I'm going to make my box plot above it. 5.5 is about there. 6 is about there. these numbers come out so nice. This is satisfying. 7, 8, 13. Okay, what do we need to do next in the list of stuff? What? Oh, yes. Excellent. Okay. So, oh, we need to find the mean actually and standard deviation. We'll do those at the same time, but we'll do the IQR over here because my numbers are right here. Hard to put a unit on shoe size. What is the unit for shoe size? It's like, I don't even know. It's such a weird question. Okay, anyway, so now we're gonna find the mean. And I'm gonna do that straight on the calculator. So if anybody is catching up, this is a great time because it'll take me a minute to type this in. Yeah. I heard it. I heard it. I heard it. Someone said it. Someone said it. Square it. And the whole point of squaring these is to make them positive. So I'm gonna make sure that we use parentheses there. To be honest, in the calculator, I'm just gonna ignore the negatives. So I'm gonna go 2.2 squared like this. Oh, I should know that one. What do I do next? Beautiful. What do I divide it by? Beautiful. And then last thing, square root. Great. I think there's just one, and I think it's like 7 numbers. It's not a lot. Okay. Last thing, we actually are not done with this problem yet. I do find it to be very pretty though. Okay. What is this shape? Mm-hmm. 13. Probably. We don't really know for sure because we're not in AP stats, but that's okay. Looks like it might be. Okay, now if there's an outlier in skew, which measure of center should I use? Median, great. Center. And then if I use median, which measure of spread should I use? IQR. Holy shnikes, that was lengthy. They don't get it. I've been watching the Saturday Night Live, the old ones with the Celebrity Jeopardy and Sean Connery. Just highly recommend. I know. Famous mothers, why did you do that? Okay, number 2. Yes. What? Oh, spread. Michael? Yes, indeed. What is the O stand for? Outliers. Do you guys remember where you can find this? Just to let you know. Yeah, it's under 10-45. Shape, outliers, center, spread. You might just want to note that on your note sheet. I feel like that's just one of the newer things. Okay, number 2. I really tried to make this with a ruler. It's still like not correctly proportioned, but that's fine. Betsy surveyed 7th graders and 8th graders. Okay, so that means we're gonna go 7th and 8th on my box here. About whether they prefer McDonald's or Burger King. I'm gonna put McD and BK. I think I'm a McD person if I had to go between those two. Anyway, she found that of 80 of the 84 7th graders. Okay, so there's 84 7th graders. That means that's total 7th graders. She surveyed 51 said they preferred McDonald's. So 7th graders who prefer McDonald's is in that box. In the 8th grade, 71 students prefer Burger King compared to 12 who preferred McDonald's. Yes. Okay, so that's my next question. How do I get the rest of the boxes? Yeah, okay, so add those two. That makes 83 8th graders. How many total then? 167? Okay, and what about the total who like McDonald's? This would be 104. And then there's a multiple ways I can get this box. I'm gonna go 84 minus 51. But then, because I'm a thorough human being, I'm gonna go 104 minus 71 just to check my work. Yep, checks out. Okay, what is the probability that a student in her survey is an 8th grader? Okay, so how many 8th graders are there? 83 over 167. Which is, I'm gonna say 0.50. 50%. That makes sense because they're really almost very even. What's the probability that an 8th grader prefers McDonald's? Okay, so this is where I get into the Post-it note style, and I just focus all the way down to only 8th graders. The top box is McDonald's. Okay, so how many 8th graders prefer McDonald's? Out of how many 8th graders? Yeah. That problem was slightly quicker than the previous one. Just kidding. Sarcasm. That was extremely quicker than the previous one. Now, I believe on the final, this one has its set up. You just need to fill in the stuff to ease your anxiety about that. Okay, to the back. Okay. Absolute value equation. This time, the absolute value is already by itself, so I'm going to split it up into two problems. Negative 10x minus 4 equals regular 96. Negative 10x minus 4 equals negative 96. Just for space purposes, are you guys okay with me dividing by negative 10 on both sides in my head? Are you okay? Feel like maybe I could have space barred this one a little bit. So I got -10 and positive 9.2. And number line situation for this is just dots. Man, they could all be that quick. Okay. Number 4, start where it's equals. And then distribute. Okay, open or closed at -1? Closed. What do you want to test? 0? Me too. False. So that means I'm false at 0, which is going to push my arrow the opposite direction. And final answer, M is less than or equal to -1. Box that, make sure that Mrs. Talbot can see my final answer because she's old and, wouldn't want her to miss it. Okay. Now this one is spicy. But I want to appeal to your sense of algebra real quick. Pretend that the problem is this. So I just took this absolute value stuff and I put an X there. What would I do first in this problem? Subtract 1 from both sides. So what I want to make sure that you do is not do 1 minus 8. That is not correct order of operations. -1. Oh man, there are a lot of 9s in this problem. So many 9s. And a P, which looks like a 9. Okay, now I have the absolute value alone. This is when I split it up. What's my best option for testing in this problem? One. I really get the feeling this one's going to be true just from the statement, but anyway. My crystal ball was correct. Man, I should do this for a living. Yes, honey. I know, and -71 is really, really low. Yeah, yeah. What are you saying that I'm not a magician over here? Just trying to have fun. So true is means that I connect the two dots, get a open eyes Baymax. His eyes are still colored in when they're open. I don't know. And final answer, 0 is less than P is less than 2. And remember, when you connect the dots, arrows always point left. Left, always, always left. Is it left? It's left. Always left. Always left. 2 more problems that we're doing together for the whole year. Oh man. I'm not gonna cry. I got too nostalgic and forgot the negative. Okay. So first one, I wrote it with an equals. It's less than or equal to, so that makes it solid. This one, I wrote it with an equals incorrectly, then Jules fixed me, and it's open, so that means it's dashed. And this guy, I'm going to graph him first. I'm going to go down 2 for the y-intercept. Slope is -1, so that means down 1 over 1. Solid. Don't get me wrong, I can totally do something wrong over here. Totally on purpose to see if you're paying attention. No, no, that's a false statement. That's just I'm in a periwinkle kind of mood. Okay, now this one's weird. What do I do? And it's just y equals a number. It's dashed, but how does it look? It's horizontal, actually. Good job accessing that vocab, though. -1. So I'm going to go to where y is -1. these are all the spots where y is -1. Okay, now this one, we can test 0, 0, because the line doesn't go through it. It's just gonna feel weird because you're only plugging in the y spot. False again. All right, last problem of the year. -3, -2, -1, 2, 2. So because it says exponential, I make the table. These are definitely some numbers here. Okay, how many B's are there? 5. Okay, now we need to take the fifth root. We haven't taken the fifth root in a while on the calculator. I'm going to go over how to do that. So I fifth rooted both sides. And I want to remind you that the fifth root is located in the math menu. So you hit the math button. But I like to do the 5 first. So I'm telling the calculator that it's a fifth root. Then I hit the math button and scroll down to number 5 where there's an X in the root and it will plug the little 5 in there for me. And then I'm really lazy. I'm going to scroll up to grab this number and hit enter. It'll copy and paste it. Okay, now I'm going to use the multiplier of 0.8 to find out A. So A will be whatever's right here next to 0. Okay, so all my party people from the other day, can you please get this page out? If you were not here, I gave you a blank one in your spot. If you were here, what I'd like you to do is label your axes, please, with diameter and micrometers and frequency, because I failed to do this the other day. Fail. So much fail. Oh, the fail. Okay.